Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing this eyeshadow look inspired by a flower that I recently saw. I'll put up a picture of the flower here. I just thought it was such a beautiful combination of colors, and some of these colors I wouldn't naturally have thought to pair with the others. So this is the look I came up with. I used the Surge palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. If you want to see what I did or how I did it, then don't go anywhere. And if you are new here, hello, my name is Rachel. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. I really like eyeshadow and I upload several videos every week. So as I mentioned in the intro, this eyeshadow look is inspired by that flower. I think it's called Puya alpestris. I'm going to put a picture up here for you guys to show you what it looks like. It's a really beautiful flower and I don't remember even where I happened upon it. Might have been an Instagram reel, I honestly don't recall, but I was so struck by the colors and these lovely almost robin's egg blue sort of flowers, and they deepen, and then they've got these center pieces of orange and yellow, but then the stems are green into purple. I just thought it was such a magical looking flower, really beautiful. So I've decided to use the Surge palette from Blend Bunny. I think that I can get all the colors I need from here. I really wish that I had some sort of orange eyeliner because I would love to do an orange wing. I think that would be a beautiful way to play into the hint, the flash of orange in the center of the flower, but without it being an orange look. But I have a plan. I did have to look at the palette a little bit to figure out how I was going to bring those colors together into an eyeshadow look, which is also within my preferences because, you know, there are lots of different ways to do your eyeshadow. But I have already primed my eyes. I've used the Glamlight Icing Primer. Everything that I'm using is down below in the description box. So let's zoom in and try this out. I want to use all the colors from the flower, so I'm thinking I'm going to start with yellow at the inner corner and crease and then bring that into a blue. The blue I will deepen with this dark blue over here, and then on the lid space I'll probably use these two because there's a little bit of a creamy sort of color in the flowers, and that would be this, and then the blue, of course. It's a primarily blue flower, honestly. And then on my lower lash line I want to play into the stems, the green and purple. So I think I'm going to combine this green and this one to get a brighter green for the lower lash line, but still more neutral-ish, like a sage. So probably more so this and just a hint of that. This one's called Hint. And then the purple I'm going to use is this one over here, and that will blend nicely into the darker blue of the outer corner. That's my plan. And then I think I will do orange in my waterline because I don't have something I could use as a winged eyeliner. So that's what I'm thinking, and I'm really excited. Let's get going. I've got a dense blending brush right here. I'm going to start with the yellow because I don't want to pollute the yellow with anything else. So making sure that my brush is clean, famous last words, I am grabbing the highlighter yellow matte. It's called Shocked. I'm going to lay that starting at the inner corner and then pulling it up. This is going into blue, so I know that when the yellow and the blue meet, they're going to create green. I don't want this look to have a lot of green. I really want the green to stay on the lower lash line, so I have to be careful because color theory. And I won't say that I have a great grasp on color theory, but I do know that yellow and blue make green. So I'm bringing this yellow, I think about halfway. That leaves room for the light blue and then also room to deepen with the dark blue. With the Blend Bunny B3, I'm picking up Energy, and I will place this in the rest of the crease space. And again, where the blue meets the yellow, I'm not doing a lot of overlapping. I'm just bringing them up next to each other and kind of leaving them there. I want this blue on the lid space as well, and I think I'll bring it a little further like that. Look at how pigmented this is. That's lovely. So this is going to be like a blown out color. You know, when I've got it pretty well laid down on the lid space, I will just do my little V shape that I like. I'm not going to use any lighter mattes from here. So I've been experimenting with the editing process. Usually in the past when I have like a long period where I'm blending, I'll just show you a bit and then cut to the next step in the process. That keeps my videos very nice bite-size length. They're not super long. But recently I did a video, it was when I was using only my fingers to apply my eyeshadow, and the reason I did what I'm about to talk about is because that video was no brushes allowed. I wanted to let you guys see that I wasn't cheating. What I'm talking about is doing a sped up instead of cutting to the next scene, just show you the whole process, but speed it up really fast, 4 or 6 or 8 times as fast so you can see the process, but it's not adding a lot of length to the video. I would love to know if you guys appreciate that. Do you like to see the whole process, even if it's not in real time? I don't want my videos to be super long. And maybe that's just personal preference because at this stage in my life, I don't have long chunks of time to enjoy a video, so I prefer to watch videos that are a little bit like 15 minutes or shorter sort of thing. I'm not watching videos that are 45 minutes long unless I'm spacing them out over a couple of days. So I want my own content to be a convenient length for viewers. Now you saw me hit this yellow with this brush. I'm just touching where they are meeting and softly dabbing, really. That's what I'm doing. I'm dabbing. It's not crucial that this is perfect because it's going to be covered with shimmer. Shimmer can cover a multitude of sins, but I also didn't want there to be a wall, yellow wall blue. I think that's fine though. Now let me deepen. Same brush. I will go into the dark blue in this palette. It's called Linger. And Linger, I'll tap into this outer corner. Smoke it out a little bit, bring in some depth and drama. The only drama I like in my life is eyeshadow. This formula is redonkulous. It is so good. I mean, it's so good. Now the moment of truth, of course, is whether or not I can tie this together. Yellow and blue look beautiful together, but there's also a large gap, and it's just weird looking right now. So I'm taking a flat brush. First I'm gonna pick up the shade Flash, and I think I'll spray it. The shimmers in this Surge palette are not as good as the newest Blend Bunny formulation. They're not bad, but they're just not as good. I just tend not to use them because they are, you know, they're like color-wise, they're just ordinary kind of everyday rainbow types of shimmers. There's nothing special or exciting about them. They're pretty, but I have lots of pretty shimmers, so I'm not inclined to reach for these when I could reach for something more impressive. So here's Flash. I'm just gonna lay this on a lot of my lid space, I think, to keep this inner area light because that's what I like. I know that Blend Bunny has recently discontinued the Surge palette. I don't know if they still have stock. If they do, it's linked below in the description box where I list all the things I'm using, but she had to discontinue this palette because neons are apparently very expensive to formulate right now, and there was no way that she could make the palette and keep it at anywhere near a reasonable price or comparable to what it was before. So same brush. Now I'm going to grab underneath, which is the blue shimmer, and I'll spray this one as well, I think. So underneath I'm going to lay down right here. Anyway, the brand owner said that she was going to discontinue the Surge palette for that reason more than any other, but it's perhaps a blessing in disguise because it makes room in her warehouse for new palettes to come in, because she does have 1 or 2 more launches this year. I think she has 1 more launch this year. I'm back into Flash and I'm dragging it over onto the blue shimmer. I have this whole outer corner, or outer half really, being blue, so I want to make sure that there is contrast. Always want the contrast and lightness at the inner corner. See, these shimmers are pretty. They're nothing remarkable. I mean, I heavily considered going into an Udenzai palette to pair with today to try to get something that just popped a little more, and I might yet. Or maybe Cosmic Brushes or something. I might bring in something else to bring this out a little bit, but I think it's pretty so far. Let's do the lower lash line and see how that looks. I also had the afterthought I might get better performance if I use my fingers, so I'm going to dip into the Flash shade and the underneath shade as well with my fingers, separate fingers. And I will place them on my lid and see if I get a little bit more shine. Yes, okay, that's better. It's definitely more sparkly. I wanted today's look to be more cool toned than otherwise, but I'm kind of excited about the orange waterline. That could be really fun. That could be fun, and you know, it's gonna be inspired by the flower and work with my shirt and everything, but still be overall cool toned. Now let's do the lower lash line. So I'm dipping into Chemistry and Hint with a small and pinched brush. Again, I want the lower lash line to be a little bit more on the sagey side, but it is rather, according to the pictures I've seen, still rather a vibrant green. So I'm just dipping almost equally into both of these greens, but maybe a little bit more Hint, which is the lighter. And I'm gonna put this on my whole lower lash line and just see how it looks. I can always modify from here. I'm taking Chemistry by itself and putting that right here because it's such a fun counterbalance with the neon-y yellow in the center there. So I've got neon yellow hits neon green, and then from there it fades into the sagey colors. Okay, and then with this same brush I'm going into the burgundy matte. It's called Taboo, and I'm going to put this on my outer lower lash line. This will blend quite nicely into the blue. It's not going to blend super well into the green. I mean, they would end up looking quite muddy, so just where they hit each other, I'm going to smudge a little bit right here and then let it go. The purple in the flower was definitely more of a berry tone as opposed to a true, like a royal purple. So I think that this is a pretty good representation. I will say my inner corner is not. There's not a neon green in the stems, but this is my artistic interpretation of the flower. So now what it's clearly missing is orange. Let's grab a waterline color. This is my favorite true orange. This is the number 2 from Udenzai. I'm going to put this on my whole waterline, and I'm hoping that it brings a really fun pop, just an unexpected little, oh, look at that sort of color to the look, and represents well the flower that I'm going for. And I think I will do my upper lash line as well. I'm not sure that that makes a huge difference. I know it makes a difference with black. It works nicely with the eyelashes and just adds additional depth in the upper lash line. I don't know that it makes any difference at all with a colored eyeliner. But why not? We're here, so let's commit. Man, I really want to do an orange wing. I think a vibrant orange wing would be so striking against these outer tones. I don't really have the ability to do that. I don't. It's just not going to look right, and the tip is too thick. So that might have to be it. That might have to suffice. I think that's pretty though. I'm sure I'll like it more when I do the other side, because I always prefer the look when it's finished. It's just symmetrical and looks like it's, you know, intentional. So I'm going to go off camera and catch up the other side. I'll be right back. Here is everything all said and done. I was wearing sort of pink colors on my lips before, but I switched them out to put on a little bit of orange. I know I said I wanted this look to be cool toned, but once I brought in that orange, I was like, warm everything. So I started going on the warmer side of things with these orange colors. This is Bit of Honey from NYX Butter Gloss, and this is Milky Gloss from NYX. Shade is Mango Lassie. Everything's in the description box. Then on my face, I have a blush from my Tarte blush palette. This is the shadow that I used up here, or the color. It's called Polished. Then I used the Frosé highlighter from BH Cosmetics, and I picked up this one, and I put on what ended up feeling like a lot, but that's because lately I've been using my Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills as a highlighter. This is much more impactful and pigmented, so dipping in the same amount, I got a higher payoff with this one. But that's the whole look. Honestly, I do really like it. Do you guys think that I matched the flower well enough? I mean, do you think that this eyeshadow look and color scheme resembles the flower that was my inspiration? I think it does. Let me get a mirror. I think it does. I do like it. I think it does. I know that the flower has just a hint of yellow, and I have more than a hint because it's my entire inner crease, but yellow is sort of an easy color to drown, and so I wanted to make sure that it was prominent enough to stand out against the rest of the colors. I do really like the orange waterline, and I think that close up you can see that I have the orange on the top tight line as well. I really wish that I had, I know I said this already, I really wish I had a way to do an orange wing, a vibrant bright orange wing, because that would be so much fun. But overall, I do like the look. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you consider liking and subscribing before you go, because I upload several videos every week, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!